Coming up, we are going back out live to the Travelers Championship. Tim Lammers is talking to one of the main beneficiaries of the championship when we come back. This year, the primary beneficiary of the Travelers Championship is the ALS clinic at the Hospital for Special Care in New Britain.
Tim Lammers is joining us once again live from Cromwell, talking with a doctor and leader from the Hospital for Special Care. Hey, Tim.
Yes, good morning. Yes, we have Dr. Kevin Felice, who was on the show yesterday. He is from the clinic. Good to have you, doctor. And we have Carl Fix. Now, he is the Vice President of Corporate and Donor Relations for the Hospital for Special Care, and he's going to talk more about what that means. Mr. Fix, a pleasure to meet you, sir.
Likewise. Thank you.
And I'll get to you in just a second. I don't mean to be rude and turn my back on you, but I just want to start with you, Dr. Felice, again. For people who weren't with us yesterday, for people who are still not familiar with what ALS is and other neuromuscular diseases, just try to give us the basic broad brushstrokes here.
Sure. ALS, or amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, is a progressive neuromuscular disease that causes weakness over a 3-year period, leading to death from respiratory failure. We don't know what causes it. There's a lot of research going on trying to identify the cause, and we at Hospital for Special Care take care of patients and run clinical trials for the disorder.
Yeah. And of course that takes money. That's why we are here today, and I imagine that's why it is such a huge honor, Mr. Fix, that the Hospital for Special Care became the primary beneficiary of all the fundraising that's going on from this tournament.
It is. It's very meaningful to the hospital. We're getting unprecedented media attention and really raising the awareness not only of the disease but of the clinic and the great work that Dr. Felice and his team does for this population.
What do you expect some of the monies that are generated from this are going to go to specifically at the hospital?
It's really two things. One is patient care, allowing us to add additional clinical staff to an already great team, and also clinical research. Dr. Felice and his team, they do clinical trials at the hospital. He can certainly speak more to that, but these funds will go to those two goals.
And talk to me just about Travelers, what they've done for a lot of the ALS patients who are here this week.
This is a very patient-centric focus for them. They have created modified a tent on Corporate Row for our patients. We had 15 patients yesterday with their families that came out here. The Travelers has worked with our dietitian from the clinic to come up with a special menu for those patients that may have swallowing difficulties.
That is fantastic.
They have done valet parking at the clubhouse, so a patient and his or her family can come right up. Their car will be valeted, and we will escort them to the tent about 200 yards away. So it's really about the patients. So it's been a wonderful experience.
You know, not for nothing, just this is for both of you. Got an email from a viewer, saw all the interviews we did yesterday. She has a sister. I believe her name is Kathy Knox, and forgive me if I'm getting your name wrong. Her sister is being treated at the Hospital for Special Care. She wanted me to mention on the air the wonderful job that you and your doctors do. Top-notch care, both on, like we said, both prongs, helping out the families and whatnot. How good does it make you feel, doctor, seeing the Hospital for Special Care getting the recognition that it deserves?
As I mentioned yesterday to you, Tim, we've been kind of under the radar for 25 years, doing our work quietly. This is just wonderful. It raises the awareness of ALS. It raises the awareness of what we do for patients, and it's going to allow us to do it with more resources. So we couldn't be more pleased.
Yeah, and here's hoping some of the monies that were raised can help these clinical trials, that we can figure out a way not just to treat this disease, but to fight and prevent it in the future. So thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you for having us.
And congratulations on all the great things that are happening for the Hospital for Special Care this week. Okay, well, we're going to be back with a lot more coverage of the Travelers Championship coming on. We're going to be on the air here at TPC River Highlands all the way through till 10 o'clock, and hopefully we'll get you an early leaderboard update soon, guys.
All right, good stuff. Thanks again so much, Tim.